And you have very movingly made your experience of caring for your disabled son, John, part of your campaign to give more support to carers. And really, free adult social care was the centrepiece, really, of your manifesto, wasn't it? But you also served as a minister during the coalition government between 2010 and 2015. It made significant cuts to the support for people in those kinds of situations. Do you regret that now?
Well, actually, if you look back at that record, the Liberal Democrat record, with great Liberal Democrat ministers, we produced the Care Act of 2014. That came from the Dilnot Commission, and it would have meant that we'd have had proper care from 2015, 2016. What happened then? The Conservatives government alone reneged on their promises. Even though there had been a legislation in Parliament, which everyone had voted for, they broke that.
But while you were in government, the question I'm asking you is about what happened when you were in government, not what happened after. And when you were in government, real term spending on social care fell. There's a lot of evidence that shows that people who have real difficulties in life struggled enormously as a result of the austerity that was enacted during that period when you were in government. Do you regret how far it went?
Well, it's true, there were some difficult decisions. We fought the Conservatives every day. We managed to get through the Care Act when we were in government. And if that had gone on, 1 million more people would be getting care now. But the Conservatives didn't take that forward.
But I'm asking you about the decision to remove some funding from people who believe very strongly that they needed it. You were part of that government. Do you regret being part of those decisions?
I fought the Conservatives very hard, and here's the key.
You could have resigned if you were that upset about it. You could have said, I don't want any part of this. I'm just asking you a straightforward question. You've talked very movingly and I think very honestly about the situation that families where they have relatives who need care find themselves in. Many people really struggled with the outcomes of those decisions that were made by the coalition government. Do you regret being part of that?
Well, there were tough decisions, that's really clear. But what we were doing was planning for the future to get much more generous care. And the 2014 Care Act was at the heart of that. And Liberal Democrats championed that. I remember debating it in Cabinet and pushing that forward. And unfortunately, in 2015, we thought the Conservatives would continue that. And they didn't. And look what they did after we left office and they were by themselves. The first budget of George Osborne, he cut the welfare spending in 1 year by £12 billion. Now, we had stopped that. We had fought them and we'd stopped them cutting the welfare budget by that huge amount, which really caused huge problems. And we planned for the future.